What's up, AOT fans? Welcome back to the channel. And here today, we're deep diving into the jaw dropping, the crazy revelations, and the absolute masterpiece that is Attack on Titan's second season. No, Attack on Titan's fourth season, part two. But fair warning, we are entering a lot of spoiler territory with this video. And if you haven't finished it, why haven't you finished it? Because these right here are masterclass volumes, content, episodes, you name it. This is one of the greatest seasons of anime in the history of anime in its entirety. It's insane. The lore, the revelations. This is what you would call the revelations of AOT. If you have to equate it to anything, equate it to revelation. This is insane. But let's be real. This season took everyone by surprise. The plot twist, the absolute insanity that this season was. From the rumbling being shown, hell, even the opening of this part where it's like rumbling, rumbling, it's coming, rumbling. It's absolutely insane. So buckle up. We are deep diving into this. But let's be real here. Part two of this amazing final season took everything we knew about Attack on Titan and flipped it totally on its head. We're talking about a complete shift in this narrative, where the lines between hero, villain, and the morally gray blur to a point of a non-existence basically. Aaron's transformation from a rage-filled protagonist to a genocidal force to be reckoned with and of nature is both terrifying and a tragedy. It is compelling to his overall story and how his decisions to initiate the rumbling unleashing the Wall Titans is a moment that changes anime history entirely. Like when this came out back in early 2022, I believe it was. Yeah, this broke the internet. I remember the servers were crashing. Everything was going crazy. It was one hell of a moment. But let's go on to the aftermath of Aaron basically challenging everyone. This part of the story, aka the beginning of season part two, I should say, it's basically one big battle for the fate of the entire world. And this battle is basically between Aaron, the unstoppable force, Zeke on his side with the immovable will, versus Reiner and the world. Basically, an unstoppable force meets an immovable object in this whole thing. But let's be honest here. This opening part is probably one of the best way to start off an arc in general. We have action, we have story, we have heights, we have consequences. Is Aaron really in control here? Is he a puppet of Zeke's? Is Zeke even in control? Who's in charge here and what's going on? And the overall feeling of this was hype and intrigue. This definitely put AOT more on the map than it already has been as the top three, hell, even some people's top one, mine included, favorite animes in history. But let's get honest and let's get down to, oh my god, what the hell just happened? First, we have Zeke returning in total, which last time we saw him, he got stuck in the belly of a titan. So what happened? Well, we'll find out soon enough and dive into that. And how Zeke basically was like, oh yeah, I don't care who gets transformed into a mindless titan in the battle. This is going to happen whether you like it or not. And it shows because back in season 2, he transformed the whole village of Connie's family, his friends, the people who he grew up with, into mindless titans. And this shows Zeke is not here to play. He is here because he doesn't care and he basically wants his dreams and desires and ambitions to become on top. He wants to be first in line. He doesn't care. But let's get into the biggest thing that was currently happening. Aaron getting his bloody head shot off. Like, when this happened, oh my god. Even in the manga, it was like, is Aaron dead? Is the story over? Is there any more we can do? Is everything gonna pan out as we understand? Or is it gonna go like, oh, yeah, oh my god, AOT is ruined. Let's wrap it up. We've wasted our time with this series. Isayama doesn't know what he's doing. It was a very crazy and pivotal point in this. Like, I don't know how to say, like, it was insane. It was absolutely insane. Oh boy. After that last moment of Aaron getting his head blown off, we had no idea what was in store for the series in general. But Isayama knew what he was doing, and so went down the path of, well, the paths. Basically, a point and a space outside of normal time, where everything comes together: time, space, past, present, future. The future you could see, and the past you can manipulate in this very point of existence. Aaron wakes up confused. What's going on here? And we have Zeke, who's chained up, who's like, we did it. We reached a point. Now we just have to do our wish of making the Eldians unable to bear children anymore. And so Aaron's like, you kidding me? I ain't doing this. We're doing rumbling. And so he saw Ymir come to them, and Aaron was like, oh yeah, Ymir, give me your power. We're doing this. But she kept on walking. And it turns out, well, it was all Zeke's master manipulation that got him to this point. He broke the will, and the king's basically saying of, oh yeah, no more war. Royal Bloods can't use the Founding Titan's abilities to its full extent. And so he broke it and was like, yep, we're doing what I want. And that is the euthanasian plan. And Aaron was chained instead of Zeke and was like, you know what? Yeah, we're doing my plan. But first I want to save you from our father's brainwashing. So they go through time, they go through Aaron's childhood, they go through Grisha's events too. But something interesting happens. Grisha in the past sees Zeke from the future. But how is this possible? Well, we find out in a few seconds, and it's that the attack titan can send memories to the future and send memories to the past. A little ironic that the attack titan could either fight for the past, the present, and the future. Meanwhile, the founding titan is a slave and chained to the past. We get some heavy themes in this situation, and we find out who pushed Grisha to slaughter the Rice family. It wasn't Grisha, it wasn't Kruger or his will to get revenge for his sister. It was Aaron himself that initiated this point in time. He said, what are you doing, father? Tatakai! Tatakai! And so he did, signaling that Aaron was in control this whole time. And we're going to connect back to it when Aaron kissed Historia's hand in season 3 at the end of it. He saw all of this scenarios and everything that will come to the future in that very moment. And I know that was a crazy moment in time. But after that, we get to one of the biggest events, and it shows that Aaron truly won over Zeke by setting free the founder Ymir herself. Now, we get Ymir's backstory in this season, how basically the cycle of war, the cycle of hatred, revenge, slavery, and the will to be free will always be there. And so Aaron sets Ymir, the first founder, the first Titan in history, the one who cultivated roads, raised bridges over mountains, who was also the devil herself to others. She wasn't a god. She wasn't the devil. She was a chained person, just like you and me. A regular person with no godhood or no devilish tricks. So Aaron sets her free for the biggest event of 2022, the rumbling itself. When I tell you, when this moment came out, it was absolutely insane. This broke so many streaming stuff. Crunchyroll, I believe, crashed at this. As Aaron activates the rumbling, the massive wall titans begin their march across the entire world itself, causing widespread destruction. The visuals depicted in this scene, as basically the music, the massive lightning, the walls breaking down, Aaron's speech, it was, oh my god, it was crazy, I tell you, crazy. You had to be there. If you want to rewatch it now, you can, but you had to be there. It was absolutely masterclass cinema, if I do say so myself. And now, after the rumbling and the hardening of the walls has been undone, surprise, Annie's back. She's been missing, aka crystallized, since 2013, nearly 10 whole years in anime time. We're gonna basically stop Aaron because we don't want to be viewed as evil people more, because the world already hates us, and this is why Aaron's doing it. So yeah, it's time to assemble the Avengers to stop this event. But the Jaegerists have other plans. They don't want to stop the event because, well, they're Aaron's cult. And so it's up to us to first kick their ass and find a way off the island as quickly and efficiently as possible. And we also see Falco's first transformation into, well, the Jaw Titan, because he ate the previous one who basically was Reiner's biggest critic. Like, their banter back and forth is just hilarious, if I do say so myself. So yeah, this is a little portion of the season. It's really good. We also have Marley on our side. Well, the remaining Marleyans on our side, if we can. AKA Theo himself. He realizes that he was part of the problem too. He basically sent the warriors, the previous warriors, aka Annie, Reiner, Berthold, and the Jaw Titan to basically stir up some trouble. So he realizes that he was a big part of this cycle of hatred that bred Aaron to basically want to destroy the entire world. And so he delays the Jaegerist and kills basically a good chunk of them, with, of course, the goat himself, Keith Sates. And this moment right here signified that these two are some top characters and the goats of AOT Season 4, Part 2. And now, Aaron's basically reached the mainland. The devil himself has come, and he doesn't want your soul. He wants blood, destruction, and rage to be basically thrown out into the world because he was born in it, and you pissed him off. You basically woken a sleeping dragon, and all he wants is destruction of his enemies. And so that's what will happen because he was born into this world. And now let's go over some animation and sound design. And now we're going to talk about, well, just the animation for now. Studio Mappa has just been the absolute legends of this season. The sheer scale of the rumbling and the intensity of the battles, the very raw emotions in every character's face. It's all so visually stunning. The scenes of the colossal titans marching across the land are both awe-inspiring and horrifying. Combined with an amazing epic soundtrack, it's an audio-visual masterpiece that will leave you breathless. Now, no show is truly perfect unless you're AOT. Some might argue that the sheer amount of information and the shifting perspectives can be a bit overwhelming at times. And let's be honest, the wait between parts of the final season has been sometimes painful for a few people, but not me, because I wanted to view this peak fiction at its entirety, at its glorious true form, which is what we got in the end. But in the grand scheme of things, these are minor problems that people have compared to the overall brilliance of what AOT Season 4 has offered. The ending, well, we'll get into the ending later. Another video will be for the final chapters, because, well, that's a whole another can of worms that we are going to enjoy. It's not going to be a can of worms, it's going to be a 5-star gourmet dish. So, what's the final verdict of this season? It is a masterpiece. It is dark, disturbing, and ultimately unforgivable in its experience. And it will stay with you long after the credits roll. It's a testament to the power of anime as a medium to tell complex, challenging, and emotional stories, which this one is truly beautiful. If you haven't watched it yet, do yourself a favor and prepare for your world to be shaken to this very core because it was so peak. So, what did you think for the people who watched this season? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and subscribe to the channel for more content